I'm really annoyed by that. Like, why did that happen? That makes no sense. That's never happened to me before. My game completely glitched. Well, I'm going to rip his fucking head off because of that. Fenrico, you bitch ass motherfucker, I'm gonna fucking rip your head off. Come here. Wanna fucking glitch my game, buddy? Oh, you gonna pay for that one, trust. Nah, Fenrico, get your bitch ass over here. You know what? I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna take every joy in killing you.
Will the approaching sounds be?
Let me see something real quick. I do wonder. Let me see. Pioneer podcast. Yeah, the special quest gate went me from 27 to 29. Nice. But I want to pull up my map real quick. Yeah. Make at least 150, you know, like. Rico, I. Yeah, Dragon Storekeeper. Oh, seems like Fenrico just died quickly. I wonder why that happened. Maybe if you weren't doing your bullshit, Fenrico, I wouldn't want to kill you this badly now, but now I have no reason to show you any mercy after what happened just now. Let me take a look at Farlova real quick. we need to kill him at least 2 more times, and then we'll have exactly enough to finish ascending good old Farlova here. So let's get to it.
The approaching sound speed.
And there goes the name.
Astral modulation. Witness blossoms in wind.
And just like that, friend Rico is dead. Thank you for your life essence, friend Rico. I appreciate it. And so we just need to do that one more time, and then we could ascend my Farlova. Alright, enough of your BS, Fenrico. Thank you. It's the final time I need to kill you, and goodbye. I'm out of this. Of course it gives me 5 on the last one. I swear, the same thing happens on Genshin, by the way. I don't know why it does, but yeah, it definitely happens on Genshin too. Okay, let's head over here and hello Anna, I just came from work. Hey there Mia, it's been a long time since I've seen you, but yeah. I'm finally max SOL3 phase. I finally got it today, so yes. I can now ascend my characters a bit more. Ascend, hey, trophy, the hero of justice. Hey, I got a trophy. Nice. So I can level her up to the max. Yeah. So Farlova is my first level 90 character. And I love Farlova, so I'm happy about that, honestly. Ooh. Yeah, I'll need to eventually do that, but for the time being, I'll just use, I'll just level some of these up, why not? Because, they could use higher levels. Definitely need to upgrade these as well, but, we can worry about that another time. Yeah, I feel like my main goal, chat, is gonna be getting most of my resonators to 90 first, and then, like, I'll worry about their skills. So next one I definitely want to do is Lene, and then Shorekeeper, then Cardathia.
Hopefully, we'll make you find time for. Gotcha, didn't I?
I see my way clear.
I'm looking forward to getting to the area where I can properly start working on Rebecca and Lucy because there are two very good characters I'd like to use, honestly, so. Hmm. Right. I wonder if my Farlovo will deal even more damage now. The answer is probably she definitely will. Because she already does insane amounts of damage.
Reapproaching soundscape. Haters, hold. Dreaming accompaniment. Thus, you fall.
But yeah, I'm getting the hang of using Lene better, so. I'm still not perfect at using her, but I'm improving, I'm getting better at using her. I wanna gather up all these little guys over here and like have them all come fight me together, you know? Ow. Wonk, wonk, wonk.
Leave it to me. The deeper you echo.
Oh my.
Symphony of life. Witness. Blossoms in wind.
Well. That was, Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. I wonder, can I even challenge this now that I have a better resonator? Probably not, though, that's the thing. Like, I want to challenge it, but I don't have two teams, like, or I don't have two good teams I can really use for this. I'm still not ready for that mode. I'll have to come back to it. Like, I'll just have to come back to it. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. As for resonators, let's go to the convene real quick. What is going on the convene page? Free 10 convene? Hmm. Alright, alright, alright. I'm tempted to take that chance, like, cause there is a chance I could get her in one temple. There's a chance. There's also a chance I don't get her in in one temple too. Mm. uh, hmm. She's a good character though, right? Like, I think she is. Can I? Is there like a trial for her that I can use her a bit? No. No. There's this thing, but there's really a trial. Alright, chat, let's do a temple. Fuck it. Let's see what happens. And we get a purple. What do we get? What do we get?
Chissa, ally of justice at your service. Are you the one who...
I mean, I don't care. I mean, to be honest, I just care about if the character's fun to play. That's about it. You know? And I don't see a trial for her, which is not great. Because, for example, if we go here, we have like a proceed to trial. We could try out this. We could buy out. I don't see a proceed to trial for her, which isn't really great. Meh. Maybe I should have put on Jinchi, though. But that's the thing, like, I already have a lot of, like, spectral characters, so I just don't feel like she's a character I should get, you know what I mean? Like, what is the difference between X-Spectro and Spectro? Sorry, my bad. Alright. I wish I could try out these characters. That's the thing, like, they don't allow you to try the characters. I want to see who's the most fun. But given that it's not letting me try it, it's like, how do I know which one of these characters I would really want, you know? Ooh, 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 ooh. What should I buy though? Like, should I buy like a Radiant Tide? Because I mean, getting characters is more important for me than getting weapons, so yeah, I'll do that. Why not? To be honest, none of those characters are worth investing. More like a collection thing. Well, yeah, I like collecting characters in games. I've done that in Genshin. I've done that in Sorrel. I've done that in, well, hopefully Wuthering as well. In some mobile games I play that I have like a gacha system like this, I have like just collected because I enjoy collecting characters. Like regardless of meta, I just want to collect characters I like playing. Really, so. Should I upgrade this? Can I even upgrade this? I can. Okay, ascend her weapon. Select. Oh boy. And that boosts her crit by another good percentage there. Damn, 66.7 to almost 200 crit damage. That's great, actually. No, I'm proud of that. I am proud as shit. I am proud of me. That's what I have to say about that. I wonder which they would suggest. Two piece. The full set. Oh shit. Huh. Alright. So let's upgrade this echo. Let's see what he gives us. He has attack. Alright, let's upgrade this echo. Auto add. Let's upgrade him real quick. Okay, let's see. Tune. HP, heavy attack, damage, attack, defense. Oh my goodness, that's horrible. That is actually bad. We're just best off just putting back what we had, which is this one. Yeah. I mean, this one's so bad though. Gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies. Yeah, that one is bad. We'll just put this one back on. Yeah. Cause you disappoint me. I've never been so disappointed in my life. Alright, I'm kidding, chat. I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Alright, well, let's see. Another 10 asteroids there. Honestly, let's just go do some exploring somewhere else. Mijong. Alright, well, let's head over here. Let me see. No, let me head over here and just explore a bit, you know? This way I can save up my asteroids for the upcoming character. I'm not sure if she's gonna be fun yet. Like, I'll have to wait until she comes in the game to play her trial because she's in the new area. I am not at the new area, so I'm not getting there anytime soon, if I'm being honest with you. Hell yeah. Yoing.
Prelude to arrival.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, you should say for who you want, right? But for me, I just have to see who's fun. Or who's gonna be the most fun. It's little. I just love these guys. They're so cute. Come on, I'll pick you up. Come here. Alright, little guy, it's alright. I got you. Alright, thank you. Have a good day. I'll be around. Oh, this one, these puzzles. I find these puzzles actually kind of fun. I love these. Because these are from like. Puzzle is like an old game that I've seen people play before. And actually, I'm not bad at it, surprisingly. Do, 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 do. Alright, there you go. Yeah, I'm not bad at those. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. Do, do, do. Uh, there's some friends over there, but we'll leave them be for the time being. Oh shit!
The approaching sounds
Richard, I have a driving license. I promise. See, chat. I told you. I'm a license. I'm road licensed, by the way. Don't worry. This is totally safe, by the way. I promise. I need to get a bit higher. Okay. Okay, I gotta line it up. Okay. Back it up. Back it up! Okay, sorry. Got it. See, chat. I'm too good. I'm too good at what I do. I just got like that, you know? Like, what can I say, chat? What can I say? Uh, hey, chat, you trust me to drive your vehicle, right? Yeah, trust me. I think you would, right, chat? Like, what's the worst that can happen? Yeah, he did. He did. Hey, well, oh, we got a bunch of chests for helping him out. Thank you. That is so nice of you. You just gave me so much stuff. Thank you, my guy. I appreciate it. You're my friend now. I see you, big robot. That's level 87. We're friends. You gave me a lot of asteroids. Let me get the next character on my list, hopefully. So, thank you. Oh my goodness. What are y'all doing? Like, what the fuck is we doing? Yeah, they dead. Yeah. That was pretty cut and dry there, you know, like. Yep. Seems like they died to me. Yeah, these guys here are friendly, so we're not gonna attack them since they're, well, friendly. Oh, fuck. They're evenly matched, that's why. Abby gotta remind me of those good times, meeting Augusta. I love it. I mean, I could appreciate her strength in other ways. I'm just saying. But anyway, on to the next objective, I suppose, which is up here. Okay, let's make a U-turn real quick and head in the opposite direction because I was heading in the complete wrong direction. What? I didn't say nothing. I'm imagining things. I didn't say anything. Ooh, this thing. A flops lady? Yep, pretty much. My favorite type of woman. She'll be just like me for real. Must have been the wind. Yep. Must have been the wind. Totally. Can't do that. Okay, let's start over here. So we come here. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. No. Yeah. I'm one overextended, so that's why I'm like getting screwed over here. Need to think outside the box. Okay, let's restart it. So if I head here, I head across, boom. What if I head up, head I figured it out. Alright. That's so weird how I figured that out. Like, my brain is weird as shit sometimes. Like, I couldn't tell you how my brain figured that out, but it just did. Yep. Okay, there you go. Sorry, my stream fell behind the actual stream a little bit, so I had to adjust it. Anyway, that's all. There should be one of those little thing dudes up here, so let's go see if we can find him. He should be in this general direction. Looks like it should be on top of that little pillar over here, like this pillar right here. Hey, stop terrorizing my friend, alright? Hey there, little Dora. You're safe now. I got you. Come here, little guy. I got you. I want a plushie of one of these so badly. Like, just give me a plushie. I want one. I could dream for the time being of having a plushie of one of these dudes. But so far, so good, I would say. I think I would add towards this little thing. This little trial. Ooh, hey, I gotta play some Mario Kart. Let's go. Alright, bet. Let's do this shit. I should. I. Alright. Do, do, do. Full speed out. Alright, bet. Shit. Oh, I'm fucking it up. Oh boy. And this is going disastrously. Do it again. What? No. What am I? What? I jumped off my bike in the middle of a high-speed race. I said, "Nah, we gonna stop right here." You know, like, not like I'm in a rush or anything. Oh boy. For the drift, I think. All right, thank you. Yep, you're right. It's square. Yep. Boy, oh boy. 126. Yeah. Confirmed. Yeah, that was bad. Yeesh. I mean, I still got the chest for this. Good record. Best record. 120? Oh my goodness. Well, 120 it is. Okay, let's see if we could do this shit. Do some elite cornering right here. $120. I hate that you can't skip either. That's the annoying part. I wish I could skip, you know, like. And yeah, it's gonna take a while before I get the hang of this, you know. I suck at doing that damn drift, like, goddamn. I doubt I make this in time, though. It'll be close, but not quite, yeah. So I don't get the cornering, really. Okay. A bit better than last time. If I didn't make those mistakes, I might have made it in time, honestly. Okay. We're doing this shit. My best run so far, chat. Not gonna lie. It's my best run so far. Okay. Shit. Okay. Shit. Please say that's enough. No, I missed it by .9 seconds. Are you joking me? Oh, my heart hurts. I feel sick, chat. I missed it by .9. .9, like, how do I miss it by that margin? Like, oh no. Oh, that's pain, chat. That's pain. That's actual pain. Don't laugh at my misery, goddammit. I'm fucking miserable. Uh, I missed the. I gotta do it again too. That's the worst part. It's all because of that delayed start that I had, where like I can like forgot my buttons. I feel like if I didn't have that like delayed start, I would have done way better. Oh, so if I power slide into the corners, I get a boost. Alright. So I kind of want to take the corners a bit wider, but like not really too wide. If that makes sense. So I don't lose so much time. Okay. Boost into the corner. Slide. Boost. Yep. Okay. I got caught on that, so I might not make it in time again. Yeah, I did even worse this time around. No! Oh my god. That is, I'm hurt by that. I fucking crashed. Oh no. Uh, damn it. uh, it is what it is though. I'll let it get to me, you know? The worst part is I could have maybe made it if I didn't crash like that, you know? Like, I could have maybe made it. Power in the corner. Alright. So far, so good though. We're making good time. It's just this little stretch here I just struggle so much with. I don't know why. Ah, fuck. Keep making like so many little mistakes that just end up costing me more time. Uh, the drifting in this game just feels so unintuitive for me. Like, it feels so weird to do. It feels like kind of jank at times, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. again. Oh, it's genuinely painful. I'm so close if I can just get this drifting down, but I just don't understand how drifting here works. I just don't get it. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. Like it just doesn't. It just feels so like chaotic sometimes. Does that to do slight drifting? Like, is that what I'm not understanding? Like, is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Also, it doesn't help that I can't like shortcut the track. Like, I would just short track a lot of this. Like, I'm just struggling understanding how to come into like a drift. Like, I don't get it. Like, don't okay, that still doesn't make sense. Like, I want to go wide then, right? Like, I can't, cause what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to stick close to the wall so like I don't lose too much time. But I feel like ultimately sticking close to the wall is what's killing my run. So what if I drift from here? I still end up in the wall though. So I guess maybe I can use these posts as like indicators as what to do. So maybe when I get close to the post, that's where I want to like, corner. But I still hit the wall though. Like, I don't know. This is just tricky to understand because like you need to drift while in boost because it gives you more boost if you drift while in boost. Like, oh, maybe I could just do slight like drifting. Oh. Maybe I can like spam drift, but not like fully commit to a drift. Maybe that's what I'm getting wrong. You know? Okay. Okay. No, no, no! You fucking crashed into the same fucking post. No, that's the second time. Ah, oh my fucking god. Oh, it's the second time, Chad. That's the second fucking time I've run into that exact same post. The devs knew what they were doing when they placed that post there. They knew what they were fucking doing. Yeah, the fucking post of pain and fucking despair. Like, genuinely. Okay, I managed to control that one. Okay. Okay, do a 3-point drift to help me maintain control a bit better. Bringer of misery. That's one way to fucking put it. If I do it in like burst increments there, like a burst incremental drift, it's easier to control and I can kinda and I fucking hit another fucking poster. Are we being dead ass right now? Oh my gosh, yeah, this run is over. As well say it's over at this point, cause yeah, what can I really do? If you want to, you can delete Fortnite to install Wuthering. No n- the run I fuck up. Oh my fucking god, I fucking hate this fucking game. Oh my gosh, the run I fuck up the. You know what? I'm not gonna complain. I'll just take my ass rights and I'll just move on. Fuck this. I'll just take my rewards and I'm just leaving. Fuck all of this. Uh,
What significance will you grant them?
Goodbye. I am never coming back to this area ever again. For any reason. Never again. Uh,
Are we there yet?
well, me, I managed to do it. I still don't understand how the drifting quite works, but at least from what I think what you want to do is you want to drift incrementally rather than like full commit to drift. Because if you full commit, you're gonna lose it, you know? Is it on the main tower? Is that what this is? Like, I hope I'm wrong, but the fucker's up here. How did you get up here? Come here, let me give you a hug. There's something I've wanted to tell you since the day we met. Goodbye. Huh? What? Oh yeah. Now I remember. That's when SpongeBob's house thing. Okay, I remember now. I remember now. I know that code. Just it's just been a while. Hell yeah. Let's go. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. No, don't teleport me. I want to stay here.
Indispensable.
That shit almost gave me a heart attack. I was worried it was gonna teleport me away because I want to grab that like thing up there. I want to grab it. And this thing up here. Yep. Alright, there you go. And also, I want to do this puzzle because yeah, I love these puzzles. Nice. Little mistake, but I knew what I had to do there roughly, you know? Like, I couldn't explain it quite, but I understood what I had to do. Ooh, what's this? Hee. Oh, it's a star chart. Huh, that's cute. Oh, there's different stars. Oh. So that's number 2. There's number 3. Or number 4? Huh? That's it? Well, that's all 4 stars. Okay, cool. Oh, I'll take pictures. Hold on. Meh. Here's one. Huh? Target not captured. So it's not you. It's not you either. Is it you? Oh, it is. Right. Oh, that was the end. Okay. Bathe in the hot spring. Ah, yeah. We're legit in like the smallest hot spring ever. Hell yeah. So we can just come bathe in the hot spring anytime. You got an achievement for doing it, so hell yeah, right? That's an easy achievement we just got. And yeah, we can just go elsewhere. We've done a lot of stuff on this side of the map, you know. There's a little bike thing we still have to go do down here, so we'll go do that soon, honestly. Maybe I should go to the forest a little bit, you know? Take a quick glance at the map. We're about heading in the right direction, so. Ooh,
Will the
but there's
approaching
thingy over here.
sounds be
Get my way.
beautiful enough?
Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna get in trouble for that. Luckily, they don't mind too much, so we're good in that regard. And now we just be cruising until we reach the destination, chat. So, okay, while we wait, so far thoughts on this area. This area has been very interesting, though. Very much enjoy playing this area. It's been really fun so far. And yeah, nothing else to say other than that, really.
Will the approaching sounds be beautiful
Hold
enough?
on, hold on, hold on. Ah, shit. Leave. Before we even do that, I need to unlock whatever this thing is over here that we drove past. Come here. Just touch that real quick. And now it's open, so we can come back here anytime later.
Will the approaching sounds be beautiful enough?
I want those resources back, then I'm gonna get them no matter what. Oh damn, that does a lot more damage now. Holy shit.
Do keep up.
Hold on. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. In no way, no how, I'm missing no damn resources. Number
Will the
one.
approaching
And number
sounds
two,
be beautiful enough?
where there's loot to be had, I am getting it no matter what. I'm in every essence a loot goblin. I'm gonna be real with you. Melanie, give him a piece. Boom.
Join me in the company. You must hate it. Indispensable.
Ah, that's better. Oh, shit. I was going the complete wrong direction there. Alright, we're back on autopilot now, so we could continue our journey over there. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. There's checkpoint here. We can't miss it. Well, there's checkpoint here, number one, and there's a thing here too, number two. So yeah, we need these things. Um, and you wonder why it's hard for me to get anything done, chat. This is why. This is why. I'm like, ooh, shiny. I get distracted, and it's like, oh well. Am I supposed to be doing something? Oh right, I was supposed to be like heading to the actual location, but I'm not. Okay, well, he's gonna do some teleporting, so I'll have to wait. But he will end up back here for sure. It's over there. Come here, dude. Yes. Come here, little guy. Come here. And there's also a puzzle over there. I want to go do that puzzle real quick.
Will the approaching sounds be beautiful enough?
Huh.
Prelude to arrival.
I'm moving the slow-mo mode that usually does when there's chests in the area. Huh. Okay.
Music to my ears.
All supply chests found. Nice. Well, let's go up here and see if we could figure out where this little dude is. Oh, he's over right over here. Huh.
Beautiful enough, Wuthering? Join in our company. Symphony of life. Witness. Blossoms in wind. Are we there yet?
Okay. Now we pull out our little device and we get one of these guys. Come on, little guy. Come on out. Where the hell is he? Oh, there he is. Hey there, little guy. Gotcha. How did he end up getting trapped inside of a rock? Like, You little guys don't have These guys have the survival instincts of a frog. Like, I'm not gonna lie. They're cute, don't get me wrong. I love them, but at the same time, yeah, their survival instincts are not good.
Fully approaching.
Alright.
You're in my way. Astral modulation.
Switch back into her. Switch back into Frolova. And then to her, boom.
I'll be there.
Okay. Ooh, chest over there. Chest. Let's go get it. I need the loot. I need the gems. It's nothing personal, you two. Alright? There's nothing personal. It must be done. It's for the greater good of humanity. Yeah. You have to understand. He was only supposed to get in the back room. Yeah. We only do this to protect humanity. He was never supposed to escape. Yeah.
Songs of fire. Iron graft near me.
Okay. Nah. I'm quoting the truth behind Chuck E. Cheese, that one creepypasta. If you remember it. The one that I narrated on stream. Ow. Chuck E. Cheese, aka the Crackrooms. I guess you could put it that way, yeah. Technically. Oh my goodness.
Join my accompaniment. Absolute futility.
Okay, well, that was a bit tough, but we managed to get it done. Let's see, okay, this one. Come on, unlock that rock for me. Nice. And let's grab this little dude. Chai, you wanna do a narration again today? It's been a minute since I've done narration on stream. What do you think, Chad? Should Anna do a good old creepy pasta narration?
Will the approaching sounds be beautiful enough?
If you want to, I bet. I got the perfect one that I think is not too long. Let's see. Okay, so this is going to be a longer narration, but I think you'll enjoy this one. So let's do this. So, this story is entitled How I Became a Rob. Okay, God, but yeah. So, the story is about to commence. If you're ready. Let me try to set my phone away that I can kind of like read and keep up with chat. Hold on. Alright. Let me have to get my vocal cords prepared. Because this is going to be a lengthy one, honestly, but yeah. So, without further ado, here we start. I wasn't smart when I was born. In fact, I was a cripple and a simpleton. I couldn't walk, so I dragged myself around the forest floor, never straying far from my mother's presence. I felt at the time she never cared much for my siblings and I, mostly letting us fend for ourselves. But I realize now that she kept a careful eye on us. She was cold, distant, and dumb like me, but she knew how to watch for large animals and other potential threats as my brothers and sisters, and I slowly figured out how to feed ourselves. It seems cruel in retrospect, and many of my siblings died young. Life was hard, crawling in the dirt of the forest floor, treating anything remotely edible as a banquet to be cherished. As I slowly grew, she eventually disappeared, leaving me and two of my remaining brothers alone at a very young age. They both perished shortly after. But somehow I managed to survive against all odds, crawling in the mud and struggling against my disability. Finding food and shelter anywhere I could, I slowly learned how to use my disabilities to my advantage, setting ambushes and traps for small game. But I was still fundamentally an idiot, and no matter how clever I thought I was back then, failure was common and life continued to be difficult. Surviving in the jungle while mentally disabled and handicapped was mostly a factor of sheer luck, though at the time I thought myself to be quite adept. I never stayed in one place for too long, and I moved very slowly but carefully. My diet consisted of anything I could find lying around which was edible, mostly small animals I could catch, but I could go hungry for very long periods of time. Eventually, I stumbled upon a small stream with an even smaller cave nearby. I made it my home for a while. It wasn't much, but it was well hidden and provided some sense of security. I drag myself out to the stream and bask in the warm tropical sun at times, take naps under trees, and eat as often as I could manage. Those were my simple pleasures in life back then. Predators were always a threat, and being crippled, running was not an option. So I learned to hide, I learned to read my environment. I learned when to be loud and when to be quiet, and against all odds, I somehow survived. Once again, in retrospect, I mistook luck for cleverness. Right. Okay, sorry. Uh, and that would have been my entire life up until I starved or finally ran out of luck. But this is where my story really begins, where it should have ended. I was crawling along the forest floor searching for something, anything to eat. It had been many days and I had a furious hunger. All I knew how to do was hobble around, crawling and dragging myself through the jungle, looking for scraps or small animals I could ambush on the ground. I had just pulled myself through a small bush when I saw it. The jaguar was low to the ground in a pouncing position. On any other day, I might have become its meal then and there, but it was focused on something else. I remained absolutely still, barely even breathing, hoping not to draw its attention. I crouched down even further, clearly prepared. No, it cleared. Alright, hold on. Let's run that back. It crouched down even further, clearly preparing to strike, its eyes focused like only a hunter's can be. I dared a quick glance at its target, and what I saw was the most unusual bird, giant and dangerous in its own right, bright and colorful, and nearly the size of the jaguar itself. It was a rainbow of feathers with a crown of plumage on its head. Of course, at the time, I didn't realize how unusual this creature was. All I knew was this jaguar was going to try and take down the giant avian at any moment. And it did. Try to, at least. The bird took flight the moment the jaguar leapt and it soared into the canopy, the cat pursuing. I remained still for some time to see if it would return, but eventually eased out into the small clearing. There wasn't much of interest, so I wiggled up the small hill the bird had been resting on, only to find when I reached the top, it was in fact a giant bird's nest. And to my delight, resting inside were three very large eggs of unusual color. Of course, I ate them all right then and there, and then dragged myself back to my usual resting spot. Sleeping with a full belly was its own reward, but that's when things started to change. Over the next few days, I started to notice things I hadn't been aware of before. Small things at first, observations about my surroundings that I hadn't noticed before. The world looked a bit more colorful than it did, shapes a little more defined. I was able to pay attention to more things at once. As days turned into weeks, I started to realize I could make plans that were more sophisticated than just waiting silently for something to run by so I could grab it, or looking for scraps lying around. I started to devise clever traps using rocks and other features of my environment to help me catch food. Choosing my resting locations in places where bushes and leaves would ensure I could hear predators on the ground. I was still a cripple, but I was growing smarter. I also began to grow bigger, a lot bigger. I had been an underfed runt most of my life, but in the span of several months, I'd become a veritable giant, well nourished and now nearly 6 feet, all muscle. I still had to crawl around, but I could do so with speed and vigor I had never known. I felt optimistic and elated, yet I had no idea what was still to come. As months turned into years, I was able to walk for the first time in my life. Few predators could stand before me now as I stood nearly 12 feet tall, a titan of the forest with s- strength to match. I strode carelessly through the trees, eating whatever I wished, when I wished, where I wished. I built my first house out of stone and fallen trees. I was the king of the jungle. And I climbed my first tree. I will never forget it. Hundreds of feet up in the forest canopy, I finally reached the sunlight atop the tallest tree. I could find and look out upon my domain. Endless green as far as the eye could see in every direction. A playground which had once threatened to consume me, but which was now mine to explore freely, and I did so. I began to travel more. I discovered rivers, waterfalls, groves, huge cave systems, and giant sinkholes and lakes. And so many new types of plants and animals I'd never seen. Frogs and birds, cats and spiders, animals which ate plants and plants which ate animals. Over time, I took a special love for watching the tree monkeys, as they were the only other animals which seemed to express an intelligence like my own, which is why when I found a small one which had been injured, I carefully collected it and took it with me. I nursed it back to health, fed it, earned its trust, and it became my little companion. There were no names back then, but none were needed. For the first time in my life, I felt genuine love for one specific creature, my first friend. I had to take great care as my growing never seemed to cease, but my memory and estimates, I might have been nearly 30 feet tall by then, and this little monkey was barely a fly by comparison. But the joy he brought me as we traveled together, as he gathered tiny fruits for me, and as he slept peacefully next to me, made me realize how lonely I'd been all those decades wandering the forest all by myself. Always just watching, but never feeling more than an observer anymore. When he finally died peacefully of old age, I was, of course, heartbroken. I knew it was coming. I'd seen how he slowly weakened and deteriorated. When I seemed to defy the years and continue to grow, time shifted, the world around me, landscape slowly changed, rivers altered, animals came and went. After he died, I retreated back to a more observational phase of my life again, mostly wandering the forests and indulging in the sights and sounds around me. I don't know how long I spent like that before they found me. Other monkeys, but these ones were even more like me. They were extremely clever. They made noises at each other in rapid and consistent manners. They used tools like me, maybe even more clever than the ones I had devised. And of course, they were terrified of me. I was a giant towering over them, looming nearly as tall as the trees. I mostly left them alone, but would sometimes go and watch over them. They built strange houses out of sticks and leaves, not too dissimilar to the one I had built out of rocks before I no longer had the need for such a thing. They even appeared to be able to wield fire and lit up the night in ways that I had only seen from the thunder of an angry sky. As time went on, more and more of them would come and visit me, and I slowly gained their trust. Even if their caution and fear never fully passed, I learned over time what their noises meant, and after some effort on my part, we were able to communicate quite well. They would often come to me and ask questions about the area, good hunting grounds, water sources, places to make a new village. After all, I had been almost everywhere. One day, some of them started leaving strange carvings in stone around where I slept. I asked one of them about the artifacts, a youngling who had come to ask for my help removing a mighty tree which threatened to fall on his hut. He told me they were left as offerings so that I might bless them with good fortune. He told me how their lives are hard and short, and then told me that a god such as myself could surely make their lives better. That was the first time I had encountered the concept of a god. I had taken a liking to these little ones, so I had been aiding them with my knowledge wherever they would ask for it. But he was right. I could do more, much more. I remember the look of terror on many of the little people's faces as I towered over their village. Perhaps they were expecting some wrath for a perceived slight I can't know. But I quickly made it clear I was there to help by removing the offending tree and setting it out of harm's way. Our relationship expanded quickly over the few years, and they devised great and clever projects which took advantage of my size and relative strength. In those years, we accomplished in days what would have taken them decades on their own. Were, were it even possible at all. We even replaced the village huts with a more durable collective structure, stones stacked so tall they dwarfed the trees around them. The giant pile of boulders was carefully stacked to create living space to spare a crude pyramid of sorts, I would later come to realize. Things went well for a while, and I took a very active role in the lives of my new friends. It reminded me of my old monkey friend from so long ago, except this time there were many and I could speak to them and share my thoughts and feelings. It was exhilarating for me, and we accomplished much. We dug trenches to allow water to reach areas where they could cultivate crops. We studied the stars together and speculated on mysteries of the forest and the world. I watched friends be born, age, and die, only for new friends to appear. After many years, though, the number of friends grew and grew and grew. Eventually, there were so many they began to fight each other over what seemed to be the infinite bounty of the forest. Their noises changed, and I could no longer understand all of them anymore. Only the ones I remained near. They began to ask me for help or blessings hunting other people, fighting other villages. I always refused. The tipping point came when the village I attended attempted to sacrifice a young girl in my name in order to gain my support in an upcoming raid. Oh, okay. You can go sleep by the way on. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I'm gonna continue the narration. I had tried to tolerate them and understand them, but their pettiness had boiled over and I was exacerbated. There were too many people, too many villages, too many conflicts, too much sadness. It felt like I was crawling through the mud again, a dumb cripple, unsure of what to do or where to go, and with little means to accomplish anything. I realized the moment they placed that little girl on that altar that I had forgotten what it meant to be helpless. So I accepted their sacrifice. I took the girl and I left that village and never returned. I went as far as I could away from that place, and I did my best to take care of that little girl. She was small and frightened at first, but grew to trust me over time. We traveled south until we reached a great cliff with a waterfall, far away from the little people. I built her a little house of stones at the top of the cliff, right next to the waterfall, with a spectacular view of the forest below. I didn't even think to ask her name until she took the initiative to tell me. Much later. Names have no meaning in the forest, but I discovered it was. Hmm. I have to check this name, I'm not sure. Give me 1 second, chat. I have to check this name. I'm not sure exactly what is the pronunciation, so give me a minute. Hmm. Man, chat, what do we think of the story so far? Are you enjoying it? Very interesting. Yes. Okay. Nice to hear. Okay, I figured out the name, sorry. Yeah. I discovered it was Sagnite, an old and beautiful name I will never forget. We were together for a long time. She grew up, and once again, more little people discovered us. Once again, they would come and ask for advice at first, and once again, their requests would grow to be increasingly more and more demanding. Untrusting of the little people now, I would often withdraw or refuse to speak to them. Often I could not even understand their noises anymore. But Sagnite would take over and represent me in my steed, and when the weight of it all became too much, she even put feathers on her head like me in order to gain some trust and status from the visitors so they would eventually come to understand that I trusted her. After a time, it almost became expected that she was the one who you would speak to when you came to me, which I was fine with. She never once misrepresented me. We were both children of a similar fortune, abandoned by fate, but then entrusted with something special we could use to help others. And I knew she could be trustworthy. I slowly came to understand that she was good at what she did. I watched her mend divides, forge alliances, and eventually even end a war. I was a simple person of the forest, but she was a politician, and she knew how to use my name and power to change the little people to make them better. I loved her more than I even loved that little monkey. She was kind, gentle, but intelligent and uncompromising. She taught me things I never heard of, things she learned from our visitors. We had no needs, so knowledge was paid for with knowledge. Forms of what I would later find out were arithmetic, astronomy, philosophy, and more slowly arrived bit by bit. It gave me a new window into the world around me, one I'd never given its due consideration despite being more ancient than many of the trees. It's always amazed me that these little people were so creative and intelligent, and it was her. She was the one who, in the end, inspired me to put my faith in them again. I started to take a more active role once more, but being mostly stuck in one place, I studied and philosophized and tried to make myself useful to the little people in the ways I could. I slurped up knowledge and I offered it back to any who asked. I was too big to move as freely around the woods now without laying waste to it, but the little people seemed more than happy to come to me. Sagniti even gave me a name, and while the little people had called me many things before, this was the first one I truly took to heart, and in those years my heart grew nearly as fast as I did. When she died, I was once again heartbroken. It was tragic. It was a tragic accident. Nearly 140 feet now. I was so massive it was hard to even move through the woods anymore without trampling everything in my path. I tended to just remain in the same spot nearly near the top of the waterfall as a result, and I spent most of my time asleep or staring out over the vast beautiful jungle framed by mountains hundreds of miles behind it. I don't know why she had come so close to me while I was sleeping that night, or what cruelty of fate caused me to roll over, but when I woke up, I found I'd accidentally crushed her to death. I could barely even recognize her. I had seen the little people cry before, but that was the first time I myself had ever truly wept. I hadn't even realized I was capable of it. I retreated deeper into the forest after that, avoiding everything. Everyone was so small and I was so dangerously large. I just wanted to hide in a cave somewhere and never come out. But even finding such a large cave now was nearly impossible. As was so often the case in my life, I didn't know how much time had passed, probably ages. But eventually the little people found me again, as they always did. But this time it was different. They remembered my name. They brought me food and gifts. They once again asked for my knowledge and my help to save and improve their lives. I enjoyed their company despite distrust, apathy, and depression. Eventually, though, they asked me to come with them to their town, and after much deliberation, I finally agreed. What I found when I arrived, there was a landscape drastically transformed. The massive destruction of a forest replaced by farmland, and a great city made of stacked stone much like the one I had made so long ago, but much more refined and massive. And the number of little people was uncountable. The forest devastation was so great could not even see the trees on the other side of the city. I stood there towering over everything and felt horror ripple through me from my head to my toes. I felt as though this was somehow all my fault. I should have known this would have happened. I should have never helped the little people, for they were so smart that the forest itself became their prey, or maybe I should have helped them more, taught them to be better stewards of the forest, not destroyers of it. I immediately left without a word, back the way I came. They followed me yelling and crying my name for some while before eventually giving up and returning to their desolation of a home. I went further south, far further south. I dreamed about that bird from so long ago. Was it the last of its kind? What destruction had I myself wrought on it or its species when I ate its eggs? I wasn't intelligent enough to have such thoughts back then when I did it, but now it was always there in the back of my mind. How easily it is to truly destroy something beautiful out of sheer ignorance. I finally found a new cave. My cave large enough for me to fit in snugly, and I went to sleep. As always, I did not know for how long, ages most likely, and once again I was awoken by the little people. They hadn't changed much by my perception, but their noises were new. It took me some time to understand them again, but once again I did. They told me how things were. An empire, they said, greater than any before, and cities of stone which fed and housed vast numbers of little people. I could barely imagine how so many of them could survive on the fruits of the forest, but they told me they no longer needed the forest. They claimed to have tamed the wilds. I remembered at one point asking one of their supposed wise men what had happened to the old little people who had once seen doing the same thing. He told me their cities had been abandoned long ago and they retreated back into the forest. This gave me some hope, and I believed that in time they too would return to the forest. I did not tell him my thoughts though, I simply sent him away. More and more of them flooded to me, and before I knew it, they were erecting monuments all around my cave, destroying trees and slaying animals in the process. I tried to chase them off, but they would always return eventually. I fled them in a fit of rage one night. After years of fitful and interrupted slumber, I went further south. Eventually, I found another home, one of many in my travels, but it was suitable. Deep, dark, and hidden in the bowels of a sinkhole. Nobody but I could get down this deep into the earth, so here I would finally be safe to rest. No more little people, no more sadness. But this time it was a different kind of noise. Grating, whirring, ripping noises. Alien noises, and the smell of fire and ash. I don't know how long had passed, but when I woke, deep in my hidden chamber, I knew something had changed. These were not noises of the forest or even noise of the little people. I had to investigate. When I peeked out of my cave, I stood up and looked over the trees to see smoke filling the air as huge swaths of forest completely burned to the ground. I went to go see what was happening and observed the little people burning and chopping, tearing at the trees with strange tools I had never seen before. Noisy tools, violent tools. Some of them spotted me. It wasn't long before they were screaming and fleeing en masse. I couldn't understand. There were no crops here, no city. Why were they destroying the forest, burning it to the ground even? Not even using the wood from the trees as they used to do. I walked through the devastation and I saw it stretched seemingly forever. In the distance, I saw strange buildings very different from the stone and thatched ones I was familiar with, and vast herds of unusual animals I had never encountered before. The forest had turned to grassland at the hands of the little people. I stood watch over the area for a few years, frightening off those who dared trespass. I wandered around and patrolled, destroying the infrastructure of the little people used to attack the forest. Whenever I found it, I took care never to hurt any of them. It wasn't hard as they always fled in my presence. I became cold-hearted though, and felt the little people were a plague, a disease I had allowed to fester. Once again, I believed this was my fault, that it was something I could have prevented. Time continued to pass, many suns, many seasons, many years. I remember one day I saw a strange bird fly overhead. I now know it was an aeroplane, but at that time it reminded me of the bird from when I was just a young cripple. Giant and majestic, beautiful. I tried to follow it, but it was far too fast and I watched it disappear over the mountains. I remember wondering what new lands the bird would discover over there, maybe ones without little people. No matter how much I tried, though, I couldn't stop the destruction. Always small groups, simple tools, and lots of fire. I could not be everywhere at once. I felt despair. Time passed, but an old man found me one day and spoke to me in a new and unusual noises. At first I ignored him, but he persisted and slept nearby every night, refusing to leave. He would come every day and make the same noises at me. He seemed harmless and I felt lonely, so on a whim I decided to let him stay for a while, so that he might teach me the new noises. We were eventually able to speak more clearly. He gave me his name, Fabio, and he was also born in the forest. He told me many strange, wonderful, and terrible things. He told me about how the lands was now used for raising cattle. He told me about how the silver bird was in fact a machine created by the little people. He told me what he knew about science, about history, about society, that there were entire nations of little people all over the world, that the little people had conquered it all. He came to feel he was like me, for he seemed saddened by it. He said there was nobody left who understood the old ways, living in the garden and only taking what you required. He told me few people believed in me anymore. I was just a scary story told to frighten frontiersmen, children, or just a mythology told in schools, that those who claimed to have seen me were met with disbelief. And he said he had seen me as a child when I had run off his parents at the edge of the forest, and that he had spent his whole life searching for me since then. Little people were always full of surprises. I took him in, and his welcome company and knowledge warmed me as I continued to hide in my cave. He taught me to play chess. He told me wonderful stories and even brought me books. I had seen the scratchings in stone from long ago and their meanings, but these were far more sophisticated. I learned to read, and I lusted after knowledge. He would often go out once every few months and bring back more books, photographs, and at one point even a motion picture for me, which I devoured greedily. Years passed, almost in an instant, and I barely ever left the cave. Eventually he told me I would need to face my fears and do something about the encroaching little people who grew closer every day. But I knew he could see my wounded spirit, and he was kind and let me rest, never pressing me. He knew the little people had broken my heart. But what's broken can break again. And when he finally passed away a few years later, I found myself alone once more, timeless, not like the trees, but like the very stone I dwelled in. I knew everything around me was ephemeral. It was all going to change and die anyway. So what did it matter what I did? And so I slept. I don't know how long. It might have been ages. Eventually I was awoken again by the little people noises. Well, in this case, you specifically, of course. I remember thinking at the time I was half tempted to snatch you up and carry you to the edge of the forest and tell you to never return, but I observed you from a distance without intervening to see what you did. My trust of the little people was low enough by now that I was prepared to even squash you if you stepped afoul, but to my surprise, you all were nothing if not respectful of your surroundings. After several weeks of observing you, I saw you rescue animals, study the plants, record your information. I saw you exploring and appreciating the wonder of the forest. Just like the little people of old. Just like I did. I realized you were the scientist the old man had told me about. That you were here to learn, not to destroy. And that was why I decided to make myself known. I knew you would be terrified, but I was used to that at this point. And I still remember the look on your faces when I first presented, but when I managed to convince you I was harmless, your innate scientific curiosity took over, I can only assume. The same curiosity which drives me. I believe you are like the other little people I once knew, kind, loving, and well-intentioned. And that is why I trust you with my story. I hope you're able to share it and help me, for while I was once called a god, I am just as helpless as a baby snake crawling, crippled in the mud of the forest. I turned off the voice recorder at that point and looked up at the towering feathered serpent, unfathomably large. I told him that was the last thing I needed and that I would return to see him again as soon as I could. He nodded in understanding but watched with sorrow in his eyes as we slowly made our way into the woods, leaving the cave we had been exploring for weeks behind. My colleagues and I had expected to discover an immense undiscovered network with possibly uncatalogued species. We had not expected to discover this particular uncatalogued species. As I write this log of his recording, we're setting up a camp less than a day from the airstrip where we will be picked up. I don't know if anyone will believe me or if they will think I photoshopped our pictures, but the rest of the team agrees we need to tread lightly, lest we bring him unwanted attention. But I do have something. I still remember the first words he spoke to me after all those first days of terror and uncertainty, not knowing if we had discovered a monster, not knowing if we were going to die. But the monster turned out to be anything but. I will never forget what he said the first time he spoke to us. I've been watching you. Do not fear. I've been here a long time. The world is changing and I'm crawling in the mud again. I was once a little forest snake, but I was given the name Quetzalcoatl long ago by someone I loved very much. Now once again I am as helpless as a little snake. I need you. Every day my home gets smaller and the little people grow. Every year I must hide deeper and deeper to avoid their shiny birds and stinging smoke. I may look big to you, but I am a simple creature crawling in the mud. please help me save my home. And that is the story. So, chat, what do you think? It's a good story.
Funny to arrival.
No, it was a good story. I liked it a lot. I hope you enjoyed it. That was fun though. Yeah, there were a few little mistakes here, but like, I don't have the luxury of editing it out. I just have to try to do it in one take, you know? I have one take to do it perfectly, but I tried my best. It's really interesting though. It is. But yeah, thank you all for listening. I really do appreciate it. And yep, did it all off the top, you know? Yeah. Ew, I just realized what that. Whoa. Well, my goodness. Well, that gave me a bit of perspective, so there's a way to get up there. I need to get out first person. How do I get out first person? Okay. Yep. Alright, thank you for your vote of confidence. I greatly appreciate it. I do love stories like this because, like, it really is thought provoking. Because, like, when you first listen to the story, you think that they're like a giant person who was, like, probably born, like, unable to walk. But no, it wasn't that they were a person, they were a snake. A very big snake. And then it finally starts to make sense of how they could keep growing because like I know a lot of you are probably thinking how could such a big person hide and at first when I had listened to the story I was thinking the same thing but then I realized wait it it's not a person, it's a snake. And it makes a lot of the things in the beginning of the stories make sense, right? And that they were crawling through the mud, that a lot of their brothers and sisters died at a young age because that's typically how it goes for snakes. A lot of them don't survive to adulthood. So there were little like bits and odds sprinkled throughout the story that would have hinted towards it, but unless you knew, you weren't sure, right? So that's why I love that story so much, and it's just so interesting and just so well written that yeah. There were a few times I was reading the story I actually did kind of start to like kind of get choked up a bit. Actually, there was a few times. So that was very real. Don't think that was very real. Uh, shit. Mm. And we go up here so we can do this little puzzle, I guess, but eh. Let me get the thing up there. And that is done. So yeah, that was a good puzzle though. Good puzzle.
The wind rises.
I climbed all the way up here barehanded. Let's go. But we got a little guy. Alright. There we go. We grab this. And now we could, what the? Why am I fucking constantly boosting? What the fuck was that? I was not pressing my boost button there, but for some reason the game kept me fucking boosting. That's so annoying. Luckily we can get back up here and without much issues. Thank goodness, because if I could not, I'd be really annoyed about that, but...
Is there anything of interest?
Jesus Christ, why is trying to go that far? Don't like that at all. Yeah.
Echoes of the past.
Yes. We're hanging out with our best friends here. The penguin. The mountain penguins. Still don't know how they got up here, but let's just chill with them. Do I blend in? I think I fit in. Yep. Yeah, we're just appreciating the scenery, you know? This place is really pretty, though. Right. Later, my friends, I'll come back to visit you someday if I remember how to get up here. I'll be back, though. Trust, trust, trust. I'll be back. I was actually worried that was a solid floor for a second. I was like, am I gonna die here? But luckily, it won't hurt you if you drive through it. Thank goodness, because if it did, I might be dead. She never came back. Ah, come on, chat. You know I'll come back here. You know it. Oh, damn. Alright, well. We have quite the, yeah. Need to achieve, how many points? Like a bit of points and we could, get it done. Hell yeah, drift into the finish. That was good. Well, we got an S there, so that's pretty easy. Oh, wait, chat. Well, I think I'm gonna end stream here. You know, it's really late my time, and I'm getting a bit tired. I do want to say thank you all for being here, and thank you all so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Um, as always, I hope you enjoyed the narrations, because I don't do these often, but eventually, because all of you may not know this, or some of you may not know this, Erica knows this, but before I did want to do story narration as well. I really did want to do it, but at the same time, like, I enjoy it as a hobby, but I wouldn't want to do that, something like that, full time, you know? But, yeah, as you know, all things must come to an end, and sadly, so must tonight's live stream. So, hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've had fun. And, yeah, without further ado, let's, wrap this stream up. Hmm. That's your stream. No problem. I'm happy that you enjoyed it, and I hope you had fun. But yes. Well, without further ado, let's do this. We hope you enjoyed your stay. It's good to have you with us, even if it's just for the day. We hope you enjoy your stay. Outside the sun is shining, seems happening far away. It's good to have you with us, even if it's just for the day. Alright, well, thank you everyone so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your night and or day, wherever you are in the world. And until next time, I'll see all of you, gremlins, in the next live stream. Okay, good night everyone. Good night Erica. Good night Mia. And anyone else watching the stream now and or after the fact. Have a great night and I look forward to seeing you in the next stream, which will be on Friday. So I'll see you then.